Hey y'all, so I'm super excited to talk a little bit today about Senator Kamala Harris's monthly Economic Crisis Support Act. This is an incredibly progressive bill that she's introduced today, along with Senator Bernie Sanders, y'all progressive king, and Senator Ed Markey. And this is making a much needed investment to the tune of $2,000 or more, depending on your situation, in American people. We're not talking about corporations or stockholders. We're talking about the people. Listen, we have already spent $3 trillion of taxpayer money down the damn drain, and the economy is not on the rebound yet. And we have record 14.7% unemployment. So we got to make a change. And guess what? $2,000 a month is not chump change, jail. I can definitely use that. I know all of y'all can too. Even still, there are some people that feel like, well, I already have a job. We should just focus on unemployment. I'm going to tell you why that's not an adequate response. This is not mutually exclusive to people getting unemployment benefits. Be clear, this does not eliminate the $600 a month or a week extra that people on unemployment are getting. This is in addition to that. So I want to talk a little bit about the bill. Let me start off with what it actually does. $2,000 a month every month during the course of this coronavirus pandemic, including retroactive to March, and 3 months following. Married couples get $4,000. Now, there are income limits now. If you're an individual, you got to have income below $120,000. But that's a lot of coin. So I think most people are going to qualify for that. It wasn't a $75,000 cutoff they had in that goddamn CARES Act. It ensures that every resident receives a payment. So regardless of your tax status, they're going to use SNAP, Social Security, Medicare, housing assistance to get these payments out to you. They're going to use your information from that. It forbids debt collectors from seizing those payments. I know a lot of y'all got caught off guard by that. It ensures that homeless and foster youth receive payments. That is so important because a lot of times those communities are not thought of. And so the bottom line is this: it's making a much needed investment in the American people, because we cannot just judge the success of this response by the stock market, because the stock market don't give a damn about people dying or people being unemployed. That's clear. Let's talk about unemployment. I completely agree with the sentiment that unemployment needs to be a focus. 30 plus million Americans out of work, 14.7% unemployment rate. We have Great Depression levels of unemployment. But be clear, the monthly Economic Crisis Support Act does not do anything to take away unemployment benefits. I don't know why, when it comes to providing relief to American people, we act like you have to be either or. No, because the corporations get bailed out 100% of the time. So this is not a zero-sum game where we either provide relief to unemployed people or we provide relief to all Americans. Be very clear about that. Let's also keep in mind that different states have different levels of unemployment support. Not everybody, nobody is getting 100% of their pay. Be clear about that. But other states, some states are more competent or incompetent about providing unemployment relief. I read an article today about people in Iowa who are still waiting a month after applying for unemployment benefits. Let's also talk about how the Republicans, in particular Republican governors and even Donald Trump, are trying to put in place measures to where people are being forced to go back to work in unsafe conditions. And if they refuse, they cannot get unemployment. So what the hell is unemployment going to do for you if you're denied unemployment and you still ain't got no goddamn job? That's where the monthly Economic Crisis Support Act and that $2,000 a month is going to come in handy. Also, let's talk about the fact that there are people who are fully employed who still cannot make ends meet. One thing we discussed yesterday on Roland Martin Unfiltered was the survey where it said that people of color in particular are especially impacted by this pandemic. In fact, 27% of Black folks said that they cannot pay at least one bill because of COVID-19. That number is lower for white folks, 17%. Good for them. But for Hispanic people, that number is 37%. And so we have to have relief. It's past time to stop giving all the goddamn money to the corporations and give the money back to us. It's our money. We're the taxpayers, so we need to have more of it. So I completely support the monthly Economic Crisis Support Act.